512. Olympia to Tacoma right now is at 40 minutes. Now going the other way, Tacoma to Olympia is still a 1-hour drive. Southbound drivers are slowing down at the scene of our brush fire. Then you've got about a 4-mile thick backup through JBLM. Southbound 405 getting heavier between South Bellevue and the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, 20 minutes. South 5 in Seattle also getting heavy from Northgate in the downtown now. Linwood to Seattle is up to a half-hour drive. And over Tiger Mountain, eastbound 18, you're heavy from the Summit to Deep Creek. Westbound 18 is packed from I-90 to Deep Creek. Both of these are about 2-mile backups. If you're digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damages to utility lines. Call 811 or submit online at digsafewa.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Katrina Gashard. U.S. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries was in Bellevue this morning to talk about the future of health care under President Trump's big, beautiful bill. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries joined Representative Susan Del Bene, Governor Bob Ferguson, and other elected officials at Overlake Medical Center to sound the alarm about cuts to health care, increases in patient costs, and the 250,000 people who will lose coverage here in Washington. Leader Jeffries says congressional Democrats will take a stand to protect all Americans.
We will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people. Period. Full stop.
The cuts go into effect January 1st. In Bellevue, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A rally is set for 4 o'clock today at Wright Park in Tacoma, where advocates will protest Mary Bridge Children's Hospital ending gender-affirming care for new trans youth patients. Multicare tells the News Tribune the decision stems from federal threats to cut funding. Organizers say it violates the state law and are calling for legal action. Meanwhile, Washington Democratic U.S. Senator Patty Murray is calling on Inspector General to investigate the ousting of top CDC officials, including Director Susan Monarez, under Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
He has been methodically dismantling our public health system. Consequences be damned.
Kennedy said earlier this month, we are the sickest country in the world. That's why we have to fire people at the CDC. They did not do their job. Murray wants Kennedy to testify before the U.S. Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. If you park at Linwood's light rail station, just a heads up, Sound Transit has just closed 57 spots in the South Lot. Construction started just yesterday and should wrap up by November. The 5 ADA spaces in the parking lot are still open, and the big parking lot garage with 1,700 spots is still open too, but it fills up fast on weekdays. And the Seahawks take on the Steelers this Sunday. Coach Mike McDonald says they're ready to redeem their loss to the 49ers last week, even without the home field advantage.
It's a home opener. It's a great atmosphere to play a football game. The place is bumping, and they're an opportunistic group as well. So we got to take care of the ball. We got to attack it on defense and on our cover teams.
You can catch all the action right here on KIRO News Radio. Kickoff is at 10 a.m. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly sunny with an afternoon high in the low 70s. Right now, it's about 65 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. It's Friday. We're having a great time here, and we're very happy that Aaron Granillo joins us. Aaron, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Aaron, you are one of the biggest Mariners fans that I know. You absolutely love this team, even when they're doing horrible.
It kept me up late the last couple nights.
They have kept you up.
Yeah.
The last month has not been great for the Mariners, but they have turned things around a little bit recently.
Mm-hmm. 6-game winning streak.
6-game winning streak.
Yeah, that helps.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
And where do the Mariners currently find themselves, Aaron?
They are tied for first place. This is the latest in the season. There we go. Latest in the season since 2001 that the Mariners are in first place. Back in 2001, they won 116 games. They're not quite that team this year, but it's amazing what 1 week of baseball can do.
Isn't it
If you recall, last Friday, the entire fan base was thinking that the same thing was going to happen. That happens every year.
Well, they had dropped 5 in a row, and they lost 6 of 7.
Yes,
a week ago. Just a week ago.
It was the road trip from hell. They had been swept by the Rays. They lost 2 out of 3 in Cleveland.
Right.
And then Friday night, they lost to the Braves. They were 1 in 5 or 6.
1 and 6. They lost 6 of 7 games.
Into the Atlanta game.
A lot of things change quickly in baseball. There's can't be a more streaky game than baseball.
Yes.
Heat begets heat. When batters heat up, when offenses heat up, the entirety of an offense heats up. When they cool down, it's the exact same effect. It's a superstitious game because I don't know if are you aware of the Etsy Witch?
Of course
you are.
Yeah.
Because T-shirts are available now. I've seen these online.
I haven't seen that.
Because it's on Etsy.
I think we have audio of this, actually.
Okay, great.
There's a guy named Stephen Blackburn who lives in Lake Stevens. He paid it. Tell me about this Etsy Witch. What is this?
So you know what Etsy is, right? It's the artist, kind of an aggregated artist site where you can buy artist
Basically,
wares.
they just make coasters, right?
Coasters and shirts and T-shirts and flags. Apparently, one of the skilled art skills on Etsy is the supernatural. Witchcraft,
Wicca.
They've got people who identify themselves as witches who can cast a spell on for you for only $19.99.
Bargain.
They can drum up the belief in a Wiccan faith, which is a faith in nature. It's a religion they feel.
This feels like a Mighty Wind. Do you remember in Mighty Wind where the lady is?
Yes.
She subscribes to the religion of vibrations. Do you remember that?
Well, you smile and laugh, but
I do smile and laugh because I don't like it.
Those beliefs in nature itself are millennia old. I mean, they go back.
Yeah, I get it.
But that's what these people draw from. They have the powers of the earth and the soil and the trees and the wind. When you figure baseball's played on grass, the balls are made of cowhide.
I mean, everything's made.
The bats are made of wood.
They use bats made of trees, right?
Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything more earthbound than the game of baseball? There's no time limit.
There's no witches in baseball.
Well, apparently, 1999 gets a spell from this witch on Etsy, and since the purchase was made.
They haven't lost.
In the next 3 games, they scored 32 runs. They scored 18 runs. I think it was the next day in Atlanta or
10,
day after.
10 and then 18.
10 and then 18 after this witch for $19.99.
Do you guys believe? Would you say that baseball is the most superstitious sport of all the sports out there?
Yeah, I would think so.
I think, given the fact that it's got such a long history, and every guy that plays baseball has their own little something.
Yeah.
Whether it's how they prepare for a game, the way they're in the batting circle. Who was it that wouldn't touch the foul line? Was it Mattingly?
Oh, yeah, I can't. I don't know. I know who you're talking about.
Oh, he'd take the step over.
He'd leap over and somebody one day nudged him, and he dragged a foot through the chalk, and he lost his mind.
What are you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
And I told Aaron this week when I went to the game on Wednesday night. Went to see the 10th inning. I think it was the 10th inning or 11 inning win. No, that was the 13 inning win.
Yeah.
And I told Aaron, they're going to lose. They were riding at that time a 4-game losing streak. I said, they're going to lose. I haven't been to a win in 3 years. And I go to the game and it's 1-1.
Because you think you're bad luck at a game.
I haven't been to a win.
Yeah.
I go to the game. It's 1-1 tie. I leave. They win. I can't go. I'm not going again. I'm not going again.
So actually, to continue the good luck streak, you need to go to more games and then leave early.
Look at this guy.
And you need to remember what you were wearing and not deviate from that outfit.
Easy as my
That's a big thing. People wear the same underwear.
Who
was it? Was it Mark McGuire? Who was it that wore? I don't know if it was
that's something gross like that.
There was some gross thing where there was a guy
don't wash.
Didn't wash the underwear for the entire season.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
I guess fungus is a real powerfully motivating figure in baseball.
I'm not a big believer in the
superstition.
In the curse.
I get you.
The curse of the Bambino, right? That was broken.
You believe in strategy and how the team prepares?
I believe that the Mariners are a good team, and I've been saying this all year. And even when they had lost, 6 out of 7 or whatever it was, and the entire fan base is in the dumps, it's like every team goes through a stretch of bad baseball.
Yeah.
And especially this year, there's been a lot of parity in the American League. Teams can be high and they can be down. And in multiple times this year, the Mariners have looked like a really, really bad team to only come back and again win 6 in a row, like this stretch right here. If you recall back in New York, it was Brian Wu who was throwing a no-hitter like into the 7th. They end up losing that game. Mm-hmm. And then everyone's saying, oh, no, they're going to Detroit to face one of the best teams at that time and one of the best pitchers, the Cy Young winner in Skubal, and they sweep the Tigers. So this is a team that has proven time and again throughout the year that they can be really good at times and they can be really bad at times. And that is most baseball teams this year.
How many games do they have left?
15.
A handful of games.
Yeah.
Dead tied.
Dead tied.
It's awesome.
In a week from now, they will be going to Houston to face the Astros. And
It's
right now
always
they
the
have
Astros. Those Astros.
The asterisks, I call them.
That's
because
right.
when you cheat to win, you deserve an asterisk.
So that series will
Allegedly.
determine the season tiebreaker. Because right now they are tied. That is a 3-game series coming up. So whoever wins that series will have the tiebreaker at the end of the year.
Is that at the end of the year, if they finish with a dead even record with the Astros, will there be a 1-game playoff?
No, they just
They won't. They just do a
would have the
tiebreaker
edge.
now.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when the Mariners, I think it was 95.
Yeah.
They had to play a 1-game playoff
Right.
with the Angels in the West. That's no longer the case.
They have the
So
tiebreaker.
this series, and
It's huge.
It's a big deal, folks. It's a big deal.
And where are the Astros tonight? I
can't think
They go to
off the
Atlanta.
top of my
I think they go to Atlanta.
That sounds right.
They
have a harder schedule. The Mariners have one of the easier schedules in the league. However,
coming down the stretch.
However, they're a different team on the road. And after this home series against the Angels, they go to Kansas City, which is somewhat in the mix of the wild card right now.
Yeah,
and then
they're
after
4 back, I
Kansas
think.
City, it's Houston. So if they can figure out their pitching, this team is built on pitching, and it has been a different team on the road when it comes to pitching. Before this last road trip, they were like 26th or 27th in ERA on the road. That's really bad.
Yeah,
That's really bad.
It's bottom third of the league.
Yeah, their home road splits are real, and if they can get right on the road and if the pitching can become more consistent, they are one of the more dangerous teams if they make the playoffs.
Into the
Top to
playoffs,
bottom, that lineup is deep.
Nice.
A lot of players can beat you.
Now, last night's win was it Ford? His first hit?
Harry Ford.
His first hit? Was the walk-off?
I guess it was a sacrifice fly. So
Oh,
it
okay.
was a hit
Okay. Wasn't a hit.
technically,
But
but
he hit the walk-off last night.
Yeah.
And he was quoted this morning in some Seattle Sports, you can find it through My Northwest, saying that watching this team play when they're playing for something, they're trying to win something. I'm paraphrasing his quote, it was terrible. But like you talk about, it's a team built on pitching, and they got a powerful lineup, incredible talent spread across the lineup. But the web gems, the defensive plays these guys are putting out, every game when you're chasing first place. Now that you've fought your way back to first place, they're playing playoff baseball now in September. Like you said, that series with Houston, that's going to determine a tiebreaker. They're playing playoff baseball, and they're every swing, every ball, they're fighting their butts off.
Yes.
It's incredible to watch.
I got to call clock on this Mariners talk. I have
It's all good.
My
Sorry.
window of baseball
I hear you,
discussion is about 6 minutes, and
Well,
then I have to
Aaron,
start
thank you.
yelling about
We
light
took
rail
10.
again.
There you go. Yeah.
Aaron, you're the best.
Thanks, brother.
Come back in when they're solidly in first place,
You got it.
leaving everybody else in their dust.
Okay.
This is fantastic. I'm very excited. All
What do you
right.
shift to? What do you want to do?
I want to yell about light rail. That's what I want to yell about.
No, that's fun.
I'm looking at our clock countdown. I'm just like, Spike, I want to yell about light
Okay,
rail. Quit
fair
talking
enough,
about web
fair enough.
jams. I don't
It's
even
a
know what you're
it's a
talking
weekend.
about. All right. West Seattle extension.
Why do you do this to yourself? Why? I know how this gets you.
We got to talk about this.
I know you
Did you
do.
see this?
I saw
the
it.
Seattle light rail extension into West Seattle.
Oh, let me guess. More than they said?
They are saying, unfortunately, they're saying, you know what? We actually need an additional $800 million.
Oh,
And you might be
what?
asking yourself the same question I'm asking myself.
Let's start right out. Hey, what happened?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
All right, here's the deal. This requires a little context so
Okay.
that people can understand how bat bleep crazy this is. This is crazy. Number
Okay.
one, last week, they told us they were going to need an additional $30 to $35 billion to finish the entire
Entirety of
ST3
of the
line that they were
project.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Which was originally projected to cost $54 or $56 billion, whatever the number is. And now, with this additional money that they're going to need as of last week, is going to be closer to the $185 billion range, more than 3 times the amount. And now they're saying, we need an extra $800 million to finish this West Seattle light rail extension, which will bring that grand total of just that extension, which is only 4 miles, to $7.9 billion.
$2 billion a mile.
$2 billion a mile. Do you know what the original entire projected cost for the West Seattle light rail extension was going to be?
For just that 4 mile run?
For just that
for
4
just
mile
the West
run.
Seattle spur. Original, I would probably say $500 million.
1.5.
1.5 billion? Okay.
1.5.
Okay.
So more
How long
than,
ago was that? Do you know?
More than 4 times. That was in the original ST3 2016 ballot estimate.
10 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. So that was a small portion of the 50 and change total billion that they were saying, because it's a small portion of the track, and they already have pretty good bus service out there. So is that where you want to spend your money? The obvious answer is no. Last week, Mayor Harrell, you were out of town for this, but Mayor Harrell gave a speech after they announced that there was $30 to $35 billion additionally needed
for all the ST3. Okay.
And people were saying, hey, you know what? We're going to have to look at some cost-cutting measures. We have to seriously think about maybe not doing some of these extensions we've talked about.
Okay.
And Bruce Harrell got up in front of a microphone and acting like he's the king of the state.
Okay.
Even though he's only mayor of Seattle. He actually got in front of a microphone and he said that it would be better to prioritize West Seattle and Ballard extensions than to go to Everett or Tacoma.
What? Oh, wow. Well, he's a mayor of Seattle. Yeah.
This is what he said. West Seattle and Ballard are critical.
West Seattle and Ballard, as I think Councilmember Mosqueda said, is critical for the whole spine to work effectively. So we don't want to see any regress there.
Chris Daniels from KIRO News asked him about it.
Are you just having this press conference because you're worried Tacoma and Everett are going to come back and say prioritize us before Ballard and West Seattle?
Can you be a little more direct in your question, Chris?
Yeah.
We have unique obligation, and we are the voters here, the largest block of voters who are paying for this project. So I'm confident that our colleagues in Pierce County and Snohomish County and other areas of the region are supportive of what we're doing.
No, they're not. Why is he? Why would he be confident of that?
Well, that's because he has to say that. That's who he's asking for their vote.
But they're not. He's not even in a position to get their vote. He's in Seattle. He's talking about Tacoma and Everett.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying about West Seattle and Ballard.
No, he said the people in Everett. In that clip right there, he said, "I'm confident that our folks in Everett and Tacoma are supporting of this."
Voters here, the largest block of voters who are paying for this project. So I'm confident that our colleagues in Pierce County and Snohomish County and other areas of the region are supportive of what we're doing.
Well, you're right. You're right. That's funny.
That's funny.
That's stand-up comedy.
What is he thinking?
It's open mic night with the mayor.
That doesn't make any sense. That makes zero sense. What is he possibly talking about? Let's prioritize.
That's very my backyard. And again, as the mayor of Seattle, I get it. He's got to be that way. But don't delude yourself or try to delude anybody else.
Immediately,
what do you think we are?
Pierce County Executive and Everett Mayor came out and they were like, nope, actually, no. We want to go on the record.
Sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We've been paying into this for a long time. We want to go on the record and state that we would like what was promised to us. In fact, we feel like you owe what's promised to us.
And doesn't that serve the overall project so much better, Tacoma to Everett?
Yeah, they said, listen, come on. There is a spine. If you're going to spend, if you're going to waste all this money, if we already wasted all this money, we might as well get something out of it. So if Tacoma and Everett don't have anything, you got to give them something. That's part of the spine.
Yeah.
A little detour out to West Seattle or Ballard, take a bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You already got pretty good public transportation out there.
And the whole idea is the I-5 corridor. That was what made this project attractive from the get, was connecting the cities of Tacoma,
you are putting
Seattle,
lipstick
and
on
Everett.
a pig, my friend. That is...
I mean, wasn't that the whole thing? It's a multi-regional,
I understand.
3 cities.
I understand why they were promising what they were promising and saying, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great?
To link the entirety of the Northwest Corridor together?
It's just not even possible that they could use this.
Does the mayor's largest donor live in West Seattle, baby?
He must, yeah.
Is there some reason?
I have no idea.
Is this the guy whose street gets plowed first?
Here, this is a really annoying topic.
I know why you want to get it. This is great.
Because... every day I sit in traffic on my ride to and my ride from work.
Yes.
Every single day. And I'm driving it and I'm sitting surrounded by vehicles. People are in these cars. There is a large snake of vehicles going all straight. And I live up in Snohomish County. I have to drive all the way up to Everett. So I'm driving from Seattle to Everett, and it is generally I'm moving at like 10 miles an hour. It's very slow. And I watch as the light rail goes by.
Yeah,
I watch
55 miles an hour.
At a good pace.
Yeah, it's 55 miles an hour.
It's 55.
Running speed.
Yeah. And what I see is generally empty cars. Windows.
Yep.
I get a nice view through the other side of the train because there's nobody riding the thing.
Don't look into it. Look through it.
Here's what I would actually like to find out, because we haven't done this research ourselves, and I'm just having this idea as we're talking, and we will look into this. Let's just say, pie in the sky. They run at full capacity every minute that they are open. They're not 24-hour, right?
No, I know. I learned the hard way that the last train runs north from the airport at midnight.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's midnight.
Yeah. Back before 5, 4:45.
What is the total capacity if these things ran at full capacity, like standing room only? I'm talking like Asian country train passengers.
Like every train was coming from a Mariner game.
100%.
Right. Okay, I get you.
How many people would they actually successfully move through the Puget Sound area, through this spine that they're talking about?
What percentage of Seattle commuters, like we did yesterday with these, or
like
these,
pie in the sky? If they did
right.
the very best. If they did the very, very best, I bet you would still be a number that you could not justify $185 billion.
No, it's going to be over 200 by the time they're done. They're at 180
It's going to be
now.
over 200 easily.
You think it's 2%?
Well,
think it's 2%?
2% is their own projections. I'm saying and they're not projecting that they're going to be full.
No.
Let's just say let's just give them the full car and see what that number is. I bet you it's less than 10%.
Oh, I guarantee it's maybe it's 5. Maybe.
And it's every 10 minutes a train passes by. They're empty tracks. It's not like they're constantly running all the time. They're empty. Yeah. You couldn't even move people. They don't have enough trains. So what is the point of spending $200 billion when I'm sitting in traffic? Move these people more frequently, like easier through.
Yeah, but how do you do that? You can't widen the roads. You can use those dollars to incentivize businesses to have people work at different hours. You can give them tax breaks on things. Yeah.
There are ways of doing it.
The 4-day work week, the floating day off, the floating start times. No, there's
Pay
a lot of
home.
solutions.
There's a lot of solutions.
Yeah.
And to dump it all into a train track that is going to be collecting cobwebs from its so little of use, it just drives me nuts. And I don't know why we keep spending so much money on this thing. But whatever.
Because if we don't, everything's wasted.
But people want it. People love it.
It was fun and lots of elbow room when I was on it.
Can't get enough of it.
I could pick my empty seat when I was on it.
People like to sleep on it. It's so quiet and peaceful. It's wide open. All right. A local lawmaker has a really interesting idea. Should they make it optional for people who don't want their kids participating in active shooter drills? Excuse me, I coughed there. Active shooter drills. She has a 3-year-old who came home and was talking about the drill they did at their preschool class.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting topic. We'll get into it next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Touchdown Seahawks!
Number 96, Cortez Kennedy. He was as wide as he was tall, and he was in the backfield terrorizing quarterbacks and throwing them to the ground before they knew what hit them.
The Seahawks hit the road for the first time this season in hostile Pittsburgh. Seahawks, Steelers, Sunday. Kickoff at 10 a.m.
Since the beginning, KIRO is where Seattle and the Pacific Northwest have heard the Seahawks play. Here's to the next 50 years.
If you're a veteran struggling with your monthly bills, VA loan expert Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage has some good news for you.
Rates have dropped recently, and this could be a great time for our veterans to think about a cash-out refinance to get out of your high-interest rate debt. For example, one of our clients had a 2.25% VA loan, but he owed more than $155,000 on credit cards and a home equity loan. So we paid off all of that debt and replaced his mortgage with a VA cash-out refinance. And the new VA loan saved him $1,268 per month. So give us a call and see if a VA cash-out refi can help save you money. And remember, with a VA loan, you can buy a home with no money down.
And you can help non-veterans as well.
That's right. If you have a conventional loan, we'll run the numbers and see if we can help save you money, too.
Honest advice you can trust from the VA loan experts, Best Mortgage. Call now, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
It's G. Scott. School's back, and it's rally time. Time to rally around the campaign to keep kids healthy. Kids need fruits and veggies to grow strong and stay focused, but for families on tight budgets, that's not easy. Safeway and the Washington State Department of Health have teamed up and need your help. Every dollar you donate at Safeway checkout helps families in need. And with Snap Produce Match, they get twice as much for the dollar. Next time you're at Safeway, please donate to keep kids healthy.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-972-0588. 800-972-0588. 800-972-0588.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Paid for by Hims and Hers Health. Plans not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are FDA approved and are the registered trademarks of Novo Nordisk AS, which is not affiliated with Hims and Hers.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded GLP-1 injections, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20-plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
KIRO Newsradio is teaming up with Global Credit Union to support our veterans with the Invest in Our Veterans program. For more than 75 years, Global Credit Union has been committed to our military communities and to organizations that back our military and their families. Do you know a nonprofit serving our heroes that could use additional funding? Head to mynorthwest.com/veterans to nominate an organization to receive $1,000 to support their mission. Let's invest in our veterans. Go to mynorthwest.com/veterans. Having your vehicle serviced is our stress-free promise at Subaru of Puyallup with convenient service hours from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. Schedule now at SubaruofPuyallup.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A 22-year-old man now sits inside a Utah jail accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Utah Governor Spencer Cox says the suspect, Tyler Robinson, was found some 250 miles away from the crime scene.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years.
CBS's Carter Evans reports authorities believe Robinson acted alone.
Authorities have a tremendous amount of evidence linking him to this crime. Of course, they have the gun. They have all of this video evidence. I would presume at this point they've probably got fingerprints and DNA.
And prosecutors plan to formally charge Robinson on Tuesday. Many lawmakers are now pleading for calm and dialogue in the wake of Kirk's murder. Representative Jim Walsh chairs the Washington State Republican Party.
We see this kind of violence crop up because of culture clash between
people who engage with ideas in an intellectual way and people who engage with ideas in an emotional way.
We turn now to the closing bell reports. The FAA is proposing a $3 million fine against Boeing for multiple safety violations, including issues tied to that mid-air door plug blowout last year. Investigators say they found hundreds of quality lapses at the Renton plants and its subcontractor Spirit Aerosystems in Kansas. Boeing has 30 days to respond. There is a problem with the hands-free driving system in thousands of Rivian electric vehicles. Jeff Gilbert says the company is recalling 24,000 vehicles.
The software in some 2025 Rivian SUVs and pickups may not adequately identify other vehicles. That prompted one low-speed crash without an injury. Rivian has come up with a software fix, and it is already being distributed as an over-the-air update.
That's close today on Wall Street. Mixed results. The Nasdaq gaining 98, S&P down 3, Dow Jones lost 274. Let's go down to the real-time traffic desk at 1:34. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. DR Horton has the update. Lakewood, we're all clear. North 5 at South 84th, the scene of our earlier brush fire. Fire crews are still on scene, but they've moved from the freeway to the top of the hill. Our earlier backups have thinned out as well. Olympia to Tacoma down to 35 minutes now. Tacoma to Olympia, still a 1-hour drive. South 5 remains a little crowded near 84th. You've got a 3 to 4 mile bumper-to-bumper backup to JBLM and more slowing as you head into Olympia. Southbound 167, you're crowded from Algona into Sumner. Southbound 405, really heavy now in Bellevue through Factoria. We just cleared a stall South 5 near I-90, so that'll help thin things out. Bellevue to Renton is up to a half hour. South 5 into Seattle now packed from Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle is up to 35 minutes. Our lake bridges are all clear. And again, over east of Tiger Mountain Summit, eastbound 18 is heavy from the Summit to Deep Creek. Westbound 18 is solid from I-90 to Deep Creek. With over 20 Puget Sound communities, DR Horton has the right home for you. Learn more at drhorton.com. DR Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Still mostly cloudy, but we are in for some sun breaks this afternoon. Tomorrow will be warmer, and then some rain is on the way for Sunday. Right now, 66 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, there is an interesting proposal being put forward by Representative Marie Glusenkamp Perez. She's a Democrat.
MGP, I call her. MGP.
Is that what you call it?
That's what I call it.
MGP.
MGP.
It is a mouthful of a name, yes. Representative MGP is proposing that there be possibly funds withheld from schools unless they provide students who are under 16 the option, the families of students under 16, the option of not participating in active shooter drills. She was inspired to do this after her own 3-year-old son began talking about, quote, shooting bad guys after one of these drills happened at his daycare. At his daycare.
That right there is heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking.
But it is necessary.
Listen to her proposing this and talking a little bit about this, then we'll talk about whether or not we think this is a good idea. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go.
Earlier this year, I met a reality that I believe all first-time parents of school-aged children in this country face. I got a notification from my daycare that that they had a active school shooter drill for my 3-year-old. And after that, my son started talking about shooting bad guys for the first time in his life. The data on this is very clear. There is no evidence that mandatory student involvement in active shooter drills decreases fatalities. There is a lot of very clear evidence that these are profoundly psychologically traumatizing exercises. And I could have printed out some pretty heinous examples of what goes on in these school shooting drills. Fake blood on theater kids. Gunfire played out over the PA system. But I wanted to give this body more dignity than our children are afforded. Do not burden the failure of adult society on the shoulders of children. I
think she's got a really good idea here. She makes a very compelling argument. What do you think about this, Spike?
About
allowing
be
parents to opt out of this.
I think that's valid. I'm with her. That should be an option for parents.
Yeah.
I don't know that I genuinely agree that these are that they do no good and they do more harm than good. The trauma that kids experience by going through these active shooter drills, because they're so graphically realistic, and they kind of have to be. I mean, if you're going to have a drill to teach kids how to respond to one of these horrific situations, you have to have their attention. You have to make sure the information gets into them. I've learned a long time ago that educators say the more senses you can activate when you're teaching, to hear something, see something, feel something, all those different, read something, write something down, the more senses you can involve in learning, the deeper chance that learning holds.
Yeah.
And when we talk about a horrific situation like an active shooter, you want your kid to know what to do. You want to make sure that the information shared to them during these drills got in. But that being said, I don't discount that she's not wrong that it traumatizes these kids.
I think when you look at the stats, like what are the likelihood that your child, like in this case, she's got a 3-year-old, which I think is way too young.
I'm with you. Let's cancel sex ed and the active shooter drill in daycare.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's just stick with jukeboxes, which crayons, and don't eat the crayons, don't eat the paste.
Don't eat the paste. Stop sniffing the pens if you can avoid it. Although they do smell good. They smell so good.
Why do they make them fruit
I still
smell?
do that. My kids have them at home, and I sneak a cap.
Smell.
I go, yum.
What are you doing?
I prefer the mint ones.
Oh, yummy. Anyway,
you're introducing the tiny little mind. Like I have 4 of these kids right now in different ages right now. My oldest is 10, my youngest is a year, so we're right in this zone that she's talking about.
Your life.
Introducing these very mature themes and concepts to kids at this age, you do have to question, is it doing more harm than good? Wouldn't it be better? She's not saying you have to get rid of the school shooting drills. She's just saying that some parents may not want their kids to participate in it.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
I can't argue with that.
I like the idea of the school being prepared.
Yeah.
The school should be prepared in what they're going to do. And you know what? They're old enough, mature enough to understand the context of what they're doing. But a little kid who's walking through a hall and seeing fake blood on somebody from the theater department, hearing live sounding gunfire over the loudspeaker, we as parents have to then explain those things to our kids when they get home.
Right.
And you have to ask yourself, like, wouldn't it be better if they were in a world like where they could, like maybe there's a way they can pretend that it's something else and still get the same action out of it. Like, did you remember a movie called Life is Beautiful with Roberto Benigni? It came out in the late 90s.
No.
So it was an Italian movie. It won a bunch of Academy Awards. I think maybe even won Best Picture that year. And in that movie, he is put into a concentration camp with his son. And he hides his son from the Nazis. And so he creates an elaborate game of hide and seek. He's trying to keep his child safe from being killed. And so he creates this game of hide and seek with his kid to protect the kid's innocence. Not just to protect his life, but to protect his innocence from the horrors of the outside world that are pounding on the door. And it's a really impactful movie. I highly recommend it.
I will.
And the entire movie, he is constantly having to balance between, and this is what every parent has to do, being aware of the horrors of the world and also protecting your kids.
Yeah.
Who you want to help them escape that knowledge as long as possible.
Yeah, man.
And so it's an amazing movie, but that's what the movie's about. I think she's onto something here. And I think you should allow parents to opt out of these things. We don't have to get into the whole thing, but there are, I believe, mature themes and concepts that schools require for kids under a certain age that I don't think that they should be teaching to 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, and I'm with you.
There's
separating the class, you mean, into
give parents parents the option. Seattle Public Schools recently said the parents don't even have the option to sit out of certain gender studies for 5-year-olds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I find that to be crazy. As a parent of a kid who just turned 6, he was just 5. I know what his little brain can accept, and I know what his little brain can make sense of. Let him think about paste, and let him think about the markers.
Yeah.
Leave the gender studies to a later time in life when parents decide that it's time to introduce these concepts. They're realities of life. The kids will learn about them. They will. They see them all the time around them. But let the parents have an input into that. So for the Seattle Public Schools to say, you don't even have an option, I feel like that's wrong.
No, I'm with you. And I appreciate this legislation being proposed. I hope it gets some traction and gets passed.
Yeah, I think she's doing and she strikes me as a pretty moderate Democrat.
She is. She's won a very red district twice in a row now.
I think there's a reason why she's been successful, and
she's common sense kind of lady.
Yeah, check out Life is Beautiful.
I will. Oh my gosh,
it is a
Is
heart-wrenching.
this the guy that walked over the backs of the seats at the Oscars when he won? Is that the guy?
It might be, yeah. It sounds like him.
That's all I know about the movie.
Yes.
I can't believe I missed it. What an amazing story.
Yeah, it's amazing, and
Life is beautiful.
It's a beautiful movie, and keeping these kids young as long as possible is a beautiful thing. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
The closing bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
Looking for even more Seahawks content? Then you gotta check out The Reset. Hey, it's G. Scott, and every week, me and my co-host and Seahawks great Brandon Meebane talk Seahawks. We break down the matchups, and we're joined by former Seahawks players.
From Lakewood to Lombardi, Seahawks champion, my main man, Jermaine Kearse.
What up, G?
Watch The Reset live on YouTube or subscribe on the Seattle Sports app.
Cal has hit more home runs than any catcher in the history of the game of baseball.
The Mariners are in the hunt for October, and now's the time to pack the park and bring the energy.
The look in by Brash, the payout pitch on the way, and it's strike three called. He got him looking.
We're electric. I feel like the fans can feel that, and we're just going to keep this going.
An absolute tracer from Julio. He has homered in back-to-back at-bats.
Keep bringing the energy. We really need it. Let's go.
Out to right field. Way back there. J.P. Crawford. Game winner, walk-off fashion in the ninth inning.
This team has a lot of fight. You guys have been electric. You guys are a key to this, so thank you guys.
The postseason is in our sights. Be here and be loud. Mariners baseball. Seize the moment.
Have you heard the saying, chucking a truck? The guy running a roofing company out of his messy pickup? Well, here's the scary part. Washington doesn't require a test or experience to be a licensed roofer, and they definitely don't require a brick and mortar location. Chuck could be working out of his apartment with 0 employees, hiring random guys off the street. Yikes. And the SBA says 90% of roofers are out of business within 5 years. Jim here, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, where we do things right. We have a real location on Central Avenue in Kent and a team of 50 full-time roofing pros who actually know what they're doing. We're not some fly-by-night outfit. We put down roots, or in our case, a cement foundation, so you'll always know where to find us. No disappearing acts, no cut corners, just top-quality work from people you can trust. That's RoofSmart. Come see for yourself, or call us at 206-487-4877, or visit us online at GetRoofSmart.com. That's 206-487-4877 or GetRoofSmart.com.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Washington gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life, like a light switch gets turned back on. The spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before." That's the moment it all clicks for me, and that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 206-529-1111 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 206-529-1111 or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Cars for Kids, the easy way to donate your car. Donate today and your car can be picked up tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.com or 1-877-CARS4KIDS.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're going to lighten up the topics here for just a minute. The Bachelorette is coming back. It's coming back soon. They have announced a new Bachelorette. Laura, you are a big fan of the Bachelor universe. You watch all of the different iterations. Is that correct?
Yes, and I'm renowned in my community for having an open door policy on Monday nights.
So you could just anybody in your friend group knows that they can come over as long as they bring a bottle of white wine.
Bring a bottle of white wine or rosé.
Or rosé.
I'm not picky.
That makes sense on a bachelorette show. Rosé. What do you think of this latest casting of? They have cast Taylor Frankie Paul, who is well known in the world of TV already. She's been on a reality show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She's a big influencer on, was it TikTok?
Yes, Mom Talk, as they call it.
Yeah.
This is the crossover of the century.
Is this exciting? Do you think this is going to work? And also, why do you think they picked her? And also another question.
Should I be writing these down?
You should be writing these down, or answer them in any order you want. Where does she come from? Why is she famous?
And
Let's
where
start
will
there.
she go?
And where will she go? Why do we know her? Like, what did she get famous for?
So she was on TikTok in 2020 when TikTok was just exploding with popularity, doing cute little dances with her husband and her friends and their husbands, and kind of a Mormon influencer. Look at how perfect and shiny our lives are.
And they're all very good looking.
All very good looking, all very young, all living in identical, shiny houses
they all have
built
young
by
kids.
the same developer. They all have little, adorable little kids running around. And then there's a divorce, and she gets on TikTok and says, "We were all swinging. Everyone was sleeping with everyone."
Like full on swinging or soft swinging? Because those are different.
Well, that's been debated in later seasons, but the drama launched.
Spike doesn't know what soft swinging
The hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah, let's read him in on soft swinging.
When
I
you,
found
when you
out
trade
about
partners.
It. Yeah. I didn't find out about it from real life. I read about it. That's why I know about it.
What's soft about?
Well, no,
what's soft about that?
Soft swinging is like maybe not full on.
Make out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like it's first, second base.
Everything but.
Third base. First, second, third base. No, it's not a home run.
With your friends, people you know?
Yeah, even
People you got to have tea times with on Saturday morning at the golf course?
Yes. Yeah.
So she drops this bomb, and this explodes the internet, right?
She then gets and they get divorced.
And they get divorced. Her and her husband get divorced. I think
Did
another
he not
couple
know they
in
were
the
soft
group.
swinging? Was he unaware?
No, he was soft swinging is so they were all.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
What does he mad that they went public? God, I got to start watching this kind of stuff.
Right? I mean,
I don't know anything about
it's juicy. It's juicy.
Was it Secret Lives of Mormon
Secret
Wives?
Lives
What do you
of
call
Mormon
it?
Wives.
So this whole internet TikTok debacle was viral enough to launch the reality show. So
Which is on is it Netflix?
It's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder people can't get off your phones.
Cameras go up. they start following this friend group. Although one of the women who was like one of the major parts of the swinging alleged allegations refused to be on the show until season 2. So then she had a very dramatic entrance season 2. Anyway.
We'll get into that at a later
We'll get into
date.
that at a later date. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has been on air for 2 seasons now. And the woman who started all of the drama, who was the center of blowing up this news on the internet, and then was, you watch her get attacked by the group in various ways for doing that.
Verbally, not physically, but yeah.
Yes.
Taylor Frankie Paul is her name.
She's the so
she is America's new Bachelorette.
She's the new Bachelorette. But the thing is, she's a very abnormal choice, I think, for the Bachelorette.
Oh, yeah.
I was pulled into watching the show probably 10 years ago.
Okay.
It was not on my radar, but my wife always watched it
Say no
and
more,
really
brother.
enjoyed it.
Say no more.
Yeah, happy wife, happy life.
That's it.
And I happen to have just by chance been friends with somebody who was dating a girl who became a contestant on The Bachelorette or on The Bachelor. She was in our group of people that we knew, and then she broke up with him and she went on The Bachelor, and then she won, and now they're married. So this was like, that's why we really got into it. It's like, we got to watch her season.
Got skin in the game.
Yeah.
Unlike these people, they got a lot of skin
I
in the
also
game.
think it's one of those shows that once you start watching it's really hard to stop watching it. And part of that is because they'll cast, historically, they've almost always cast someone from the last season to be the new
So you're already
Bachelor or
invested
Bachelorette.
in this person.
You already know their story. You know their heartbreak. You know that they didn't win.
Oh, it's the best.
And now we get to see them try to find love.
Yeah. So
it's all just
she's
great storytelling. It really is great storytelling that we're talking about here.
It's good storytelling.
You don't have
it's,
to hire
it's
writers.
Pretty salacious. They do have writers, actually.
Oh, really?
They do have writers. Yeah. I actually know one of the writers on this show.
They dictate the
Well,
plot
what they
lines
do
to
is
these
they will
people?
set up situations where they will say, hey, you know what? We're going to send you guys out on a one-on-one date to this or that. And you're going to sit there, and it would be really convenient if you guys could talk about this or that.
Okay.
So they will kind of script what's happening.
Producers.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But they're listed. They have listed writers on the show. It's crazy. So she will be on. The other thing about her that's interesting is she's previously married. A lot of times these are people who've never been able to find love.
Right.
She's famously had love and kind
A
of
lot of it, apparently.
sounds like throwing it away.
Yeah.
She also has 3 kids. I don't know if they've ever had a contestant on
Yeah.
who's had 3
they've
kids.
had plenty of contestants with kids. I don't know about
But
3,
3?
but at least like 2.
3 kids is a lot.
How
She's
can
31
anybody
with
that
3
competes
kids.
on The Bachelorette? She's on The Bachelorette?
Yeah.
Right? How can they not know her history?
No, they know.
they know.
That's why they picked her.
You're signing on for just a circus.
Exactly what they're doing.
That's what
Here's
the
the
show
thing.
is.
I think it's going to be chaos. I think it's going to destroy the central thesis of The Bachelor, which is love stories, right? Which is why that keeps you watching through the insanity.
True love.
And yet, I will be absolutely suited for this. I think it's going to be good.
Me too. Me too.
Oh my God.
All right.
When's it on?
That show will debut next year. You can watch that. And her Secret Lives of Mormon Wives show will come back on November 13th. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more. I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit Pfizerforall.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder. An equal housing opportunity builder.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Christopher Cruz. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is being held without bail in a county jail in Utah, suspected of shooting and killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. CBS News team coverage begins with Andres Gutierrez in Utah.
Investigators believe Robinson acted alone when he fired a single shot, piercing Kirk in the neck. Video from the FBI shows what appears to be Robinson jumping off a rooftop at Utah Valley University after the shooting. President Trump announced the arrest on Fox News and called for Robinson to face the ultimate punishment.
I hope he gets the death penalty. What he did, Charlie Kirk was the finest person. He didn't deserve this.
Kirk's murder drew bipartisan condemnation and calls to tone down the rhetoric often blamed for political violence.
I'm Stacey Lynn. In Pennsylvania, a vigil was held by the Pitt College Republicans.
This is a turning point in our nation. We need to come to God. We need to pray for the soul of our nation.
At the University of Kentucky,
regardless of what your views are, whoever, I feel like this is just a time of mourning.
Kirk was scheduled to be a guest speaker this week at a conference at Charis Bible College in Colorado. They still held the event without him.
With every honk that is received, every wave, every recognition of Charlie shows his love, how much people loved him.
In suburban Chicago today, an ICE agent shot and killed a man officials say tried to avoid arrest by ramming his car into agents. One agent was hit and dragged, prompting him to open fire on the driver. He suffered significant injuries. He's in stable condition. President Trump says he's sending National Guardsmen into Memphis, although he's not saying when. Mayor Paul Young says the Guardsmen aren't needed, but he appears resigned to them patrolling the streets of his city.
My commitment is to make sure that we work strategically to ensure that this happens in a way that truly benefits and strengthens our community.
Tennessee Republican Governor Bill Lee says he'll be speaking with Trump sometime today about the deployment, which he supports. Mr. Trump will have dinner tonight with the premier of Qatar as the U.S. tries to restart talks aimed at ending the war between Israel and Hamas.
The meeting comes as the Trump administration is trying to reach a delicate balance between two allies, Qatar and Israel, after Israel launched an attack against Hamas members who were meeting in Doha. They were there to discuss a U.S. peace plan to end the war in Gaza. Qatar has been a key mediator in that process, and Israel's attack in its country angered Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. President Trump's dinner with Qatar's premier, along with Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, comes ahead of Secretary of State Marco Rubio's visit to Israel this weekend. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
And this is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit Progressive.com.
Turning down the noise outside at T-Mobile Park. That's one story coming up after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Tacoma to Olympia is still hovering at a 1-hour commute. You've got a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM. Starting near Thorn Lane, and then more crowding heading into Olympia. Olympia to Tacoma has gone up a bit. We're at 40 minutes. North 5, you've got a brief backup near Gravely Lake Drive. I'm not able to pinpoint the cause of this. And then more crowding through South Tacoma between 84th and 48th. Southbound 167 is crowded between Algona and Sumner. In Federal Way, South 5 already solid between State Route 18 and the Puyallup River Bridge. Federal Way to Tacoma, you're pushing 20 minutes. South 405 heavy from South Bellevue through Factoria. Bellevue to Renton is a half hour. South 5 heading into Seattle continues to get thicker. We're really packed now from Northgate into downtown. In fact, Linwood to Seattle has spiked to a 45-minute commute. North 5 heavy from the north end of Boeing Field into downtown. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. The cost to build light rail from West Seattle to downtown has jumped $800 million in a year. Sound Transit now estimates the project at nearly $8 billion, citing higher construction and property costs. Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson tells Seattle's Morning News.
I am extremely concerned that we are not going to be able to fulfill our commitment to the voters who voted for Sound Transit 3 precisely because of the Ballard and West Seattle extension.
And the Everett extension is also projected to cost $900 million more than previously expected. The U.S. House Speaker was in Bellevue today, pushing back against potential cuts to health care. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch was there.
Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries joined Representative Susan Del Bene, Governor Bob Ferguson, and other elected officials at Overlake Medical Center to sound the alarm about cuts to health care, increases in patient costs, and the 250,000 people who will lose coverage here in Washington. Leader Jeffries says congressional Democrats will take a stand to protect all Americans.
We will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people. Period. Full stop.
The cuts go into effect January 1st. In Bellevue, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Republicans say cuts to programs like Medicaid would come from stopping fraud and waste. The Seattle Mariners want to know what fans think about the men with megaphones who have been preaching outside T-Mobile Park. Blogger Bennett Hazelton recently confronted one of those preachers with a decibel meter.
You're allowed to use a megaphone. You can't go over 70 decibels. This is not legal.
Mariners have posted signs outside the park asking fans to scan a QR code to share feedback about what the signs call amplified noise. Seahawks defense may be down one of their best players this Sunday. Pro Bowl cornerback Devin Witherspoon is doubtful to play against the Steelers. On the offensive side, QB Sam Darnold expects a bounce-back game in Pittsburgh.
I feel like all the guys are, in a really good place. We feel like we have a good football team, and we're ready to go.
Kickoff is at 10 o'clock Sunday. Listen right here on KIRO News Radio. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Some increasing sunshine today, but still at least partly cloudy. Tomorrow looks a bit warmer, and then some rain on Sunday. Right now, 66 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
All right, welcome back to the show. We have our Friday favorites of the week. It's a really nice time to look back on the week. I'll tell you what, this was a long week. This is the longest 5-day work week I think I can remember in a long time. So let's just jump right into it. Laura, do you want to start us off here? What story stood out to you, made you laugh or smile or cry? What do you got?
I loved the story of that elderly couple that fought off scammers, would-be thieves. And this happened on...
I was not.
Spike was not here, yeah. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to share this amazing news story with Spike. It features Larry and Joanne in New York City.
Tell us their ages.
Larry is 87,
87.
Joanne is 89.
Oh, I thought you said they fought off.
They did. You
Here's
should see
a little-
the guns on this guy. He's got some muscles.
This is a little taste of Larry for you.
You have an attitude? I'll give you an attitude.
So they're walking into their senior center, and a guy blocks their entrance to the door and is saying, I need directions. I'm from Dubai.
He wants
I need
directions to a Walmart.
I want directions to a Walmart. Woman goes, there's no Walmarts in New York. I can't help you.
Or Manhattan. There's no Walmarts in Manhattan. You got to get out of town. Yeah.
Yeah. Lures her over to the car. He goes, tell my wife. Can you tell my wife this? So Joanne walks out to this silver SUV and starts engaging with this woman out there. And that's when things get a little bit weird. Larry follows her out, and the woman asks if they can trade watches. Larry's wearing I think a $45,000 Rolex.
Yeah, pretty nice watch.
And the woman holds up her watch. Look at mine. Let's trade. This was what Larry had to say about the rest of what happened.
She thinks she's got a sucker. So she hands me this piece of I'm looking at it, and that's when a bell went off. I said, this is a con. At that point, she's grabbing my hand. She's pulling it in the window. I took it and gave it a three-quarter turn, the wrist. Pulled it so that her shoulder was out of line, and now I started to really twist to cause pain. And she starts to scream.
This guy, Spike.
Wow.
This guy's doing this entire interview with a shirtless, button-up shirt, like a nice shirt that you would wear.
Yeah.
Should have
butter yellow. Yep.
Should have sleeves on it. But yeah, you're right. It's like this yellowy, popcorn yellow shirt that he has cut the sleeves off, exposing his 87-year-old man arms. He's actually in pretty good shape for 87.
It sounds like he almost twisted a scammer's arm off.
The fact that he's kicking it all is amazing. The fact that, when they said they were walking in, that you're under your own power. She's 89 at 90 years old, going into the senior center, still a married couple. They've been married forever. It's very sweet. And he's defending his woman. It's a fantastic story. And he fought these folks off who were trying to rip off his watch. Isn't that great?
I put a little photo of him on our live stream for you, too.
Oh, my gosh, look at this guy.
So he says he lifts weights every single day. So he was prepared for this moment.
He's ready to go. He's been waiting for this his entire life.
So these scammers pick on an old couple going to their senior center in Manhattan.
Who else would fall for something like that? Because old people are so nice. They're just so nice.
Help my wife. And then she's trying to...
Come over to the car and stick your hand in the window like that.
I mean, at that point, I'm like, you tell your wife,
Yeah. Why do I need to tell your wife? You understand what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Who cares? Get out of here.
And what was her name? The missus?
Well, his name's wife. I don't know. What's her name?
No, what's her?
Joanne.
Oh, Joanne.
Larry and
Joanne.
Hats off to you.
Sweet couple.
Many more wonderful years together, keeping our streets safe.
Many years.
Wow.
Spike, you've been with us such a short time this week.
I know. Like I said, this was a really short week, but it felt like one of the longest weeks of my life. The stuff we've had to deal with this week.
Yeah, the last couple of days.
And this morning when we were playing audio earlier in the show, of course, the alleged perpetrator, has been apprehended in Utah after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox. And we spoke earlier about how he has really dealt with this so well, so professionally. So he's shown such leadership.
Yeah.
And, as we watch the aftermath of this horrific act, and the divide in this country seems to be widening. The rhetoric seems to be amping up. There's calls for, we're at war now. We're, from both sides are just turning up to 11. And the governor of Utah had a come to Jesus moment, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to, he said something today at his press conference about where we go from here. And I thought that was so powerful and so well said and the right message for the right time.
Yeah, I mean, you play here?
You played a quote from Bobby Kennedy read a poem you played earlier in the week, which resonated so well.
Me too.
About who we are as people, and we have the power.
Choosing who we want to be.
Right, exactly. We have the power to decide where we go from here, and I think the governor said it so well. So could we play it again?
Yeah, this is again Governor Spencer Cox in Utah advising people to look in the mirror.
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. We had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania. And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who hated what Charlie Cook stood for will put down their social media and their pens and pray for his family, and that all of us will try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans.
That's a powerful statement.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's exactly what I needed to hear. I mean, I try not to be divisive. I get fired up. I get passionate. I debate people. You know, as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk's views, he engaged.
Yeah.
He went out and reached out to college campuses, and his tent said, "Prove me wrong." You know, and he said something. He had some genuinely held beliefs, passionate about his beliefs that are contrary to mine, but the governor put it so well.
Yeah, I think that look in the mirror comment is really good. And the disturbing thing we're seeing a lot of people who aren't just. Sometimes it's easier. I mean, not sometimes. It's always easier to just assign people as just crazy internet people who are faceless, anonymous people.
Right.
The problem is that these people are posting some of their celebrations and their well wishes to the assassin. All these things they're posting online, and then we find out who they actually are. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of cases, they're people who are in leadership positions.
Yeah.
They're people who are teaching our kids. Locally here, we did a story earlier about one of them who's a principal of a local high school who posted something that people in the districts are now going like, hey, you know what? We don't like that.
Right.
Those are not the things that the principal whose job it is to, inform these young minds. We don't want him teaching things like that.
We want better judgment.
Better judgment.
From people, yes.
Pilots. I've seen posts from pilots. I've seen posts from surgeons and nurses. These folks who go online and post these things. I'm like, I'm sorry. My life is in your hands when I step on a plane. And you're telling me that you thought that this was a good idea? That makes me seriously question whether or not you are safe behind the yoke of an aircraft. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man.
So absolutely, he's 100% right. We need to figure out how to look in the mirror. And if you find yourself celebrating, like he says, take a moment. And maybe you are thinking about this in the wrong way. And maybe you can turn that dial down a little bit. It's interesting because we're not going to have a chance to talk about this again today. So I want to talk about this real quick. I was trying to look back when I found the Bobby Kennedy stuff. Mm-hmm. I was looking back at like previous examples where you have this sudden acts of horrific violence that were done. In that case, Martin Luther King Jr.
Right.
Bobby Kennedy was about to give a speech. He finds out seconds before he's about to give a speech, and it's his unfortunate responsibility to inform the crowd that Martin Luther King Jr. has just been assassinated. And he gave that great speech, which we played yesterday. You guys should go back and listen to it. It's on the show, in the podcast. Another one that I found where you have like a really divided nation was just toward the end of the Civil War, 1865, President Lincoln. He's
second inaugural.
He's just been elected for the second time. He's giving his second inaugural address.
Yes.
And he can see the end of the war in sights. He knows it's going to end, but his job as a president is just like this guy in Utah. How do we mend people back together who might feel really passionately about things?
Yeah.
And how do we encourage people to move past the darkness or the emotional reactions they might have to things? And certainly, I would say, like, we're in a time right now where it's maybe stuff gets amplified. It's nowhere near as bad as it was during the Civil War. Do we agree on that?
Nation torn asunder, absolutely. Yeah.
Brother killing brother.
Sure.
It was
the Union was in peril.
It was as close to the country's ever been since then of absolutely falling apart.
And to your point about the rhetoric on social media, there are people all over social media, they think we're there now.
But
they think we're there.
But it is important to remember that the people who are loud on social media is such a small percentage of what normal people are.
Yes. People, they call themselves the silent majority, and I laugh. You're the excessively vocal minority.
90% of all social media posts are posted by 5% of people who have an account. That's a number that people should be aware of.
Yeah, you can't let it drive the bus.
You cannot let it drive the bus.
And to the folks who are the teachers and the influencers and the politicians who are speaking these inhumane,
vile
reactions to this. You know what? Take a moment.
Yeah.
Take a look in the mirror, as the governor said. If you feel like you're so inspired to write something on social media, why don't you ever write something when you're fired up and step away from it and give yourself time and calm down a little bit, maybe to get some outside perspective. Go back and look at it again.
Yeah.
If you still think about it that way, then by all means send it.
Sleep on it. That's advice my dad always gave to me.
Same advice I gave my kids about tattoos.
Yeah.
Sleep on it.
Sleep on it before you get a tattoo.
Before you fire off that email.
Absolutely.
That may cost you your entire career. Sleep on it.
Can I read you the end of Lincoln's inaugural address? Just
is this the mouse toward none?
This is the mouse.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm aware. Please.
So this is a little. I got this off of they had a little like context of what the day looked like too, which I actually found kind of interesting. As Lincoln began his speech under the newly completed dome of the United States Capitol, rain and storm clouds gave way to sun. Now, that's a nice thought. I don't know if that's true. I assume that's true. Let's believe it because we want to.
You may be taking a literary license.
But you know what? It happens. I've seen it happen, so I'm sure it happened. So here's the end of his speech. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work that we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. There's just leaders that can say things that give you peace in your soul.
Yeah.
Lincoln is one of them.
Absolutely.
Now, sadly, he would be taken down by an assassin's bullet.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that they're always going to be safe. This guy was a genius. I really like what the governor of Utah said today. I'm really glad you brought that up. I think these are things that we need to be kind of thinking about during this time.
What kind of country like you said, what kind of country do we want to be?
Yeah.
It's up to us.
It's up to us.
We have the power to decide where this goes from here as a population, as a culture. I told you I was back in Maryland last week. Last week, and I was speaking with people of different ideologies than myself, families and friends, people I know my entire lives. It did me so good. It didn't change my mind about how I feel at all. But people I love and respect can have different views than mine.
There's a clip going around of Charlie Kirk's that I think what's going to happen. I think before this happened, a lot of people probably had heard things about him. Things that were maybe taken out of context, just like that Stephen King tweet we were reading earlier, that he has now said, hey, you know what? Actually, I was informed
wrong
on this.
Yeah.
I think people were told things or believed things before they ever did any research themselves. Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting thing about Charlie Kirk is he made his entire career about filming what he was doing in the discussions that he was having. People are now going on there and seeing that, you know what? He had strong-held beliefs, was not a monster. Yeah. He had beliefs, and he was willing to try to back those beliefs up with thought and intellect, and he was happy to share those with other people. But he's not the monster that he was painted as. And this event is going to force people to realize that themselves, I think.
I hope so.
because we're almost out of time, and my favorite story of the week is now doesn't seem like it fits into the moment.
The drunken baby raccoon?
I was going to do the Phillies Karen.
Oh, no. Well,
yeah.
no, okay.
No, I don't want to do that now.
No, it's funny because that we have a chance to be better people.
Let's be better people.
Right?
Let's appeal to our better
Karen.
angels. You're off the hook, Karen.
Be a better person.
I want to play this Bobby Kennedy clip again because this made an impact on me too.
Okay.
When we played it yesterday, this is really great. So check this out.
But we have to make an effort in the United States. We have to make an effort to understand, to get beyond or go beyond these rather difficult times. My favorite poem, my favorite poet was Aeschylus. And he once wrote, "Even in our sleep, pain which cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart, until in our own despair, against our will, comes wisdom through the awful grace of God." What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence and lawlessness, but is love and wisdom and compassion toward one another.
Great words.
Yeah.
Somebody who was also taken down by an assassin's bullet. Yep. It's worth noting when he gave that speech that was in Indianapolis.
Okay.
This is moments after Martin Luther King Jr. It was announced that he had been killed. There was riots everywhere in the country.
I remember him.
But
I was 5 years old.
Were you
I remember,
really?
I was Baltimore City in 1968. You bet.
Do you know where there was no riots that night? Indianapolis.
No kidding.
He asked the people. He said, "Go home peacefully. Think about this. Reflect, and feel the pain of it, and then make the decision about what kind of country you want to have." And they went home peacefully. And all across the city, all across the country, cities were literally
on fire,
burning.
Oh yeah,
but not in Indianapolis.
Well, that's leadership.
That's good leadership. Yeah. All right. We have a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens.
Celebrating 50 years of Seahawks football.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Number 96, Cortez Kennedy. He was as wide as he was tall, and he was in the backfield terrorizing quarterbacks and throwing them to the ground before they knew what hit them.
The Seahawks hit the road for the first time this season in hostile Pittsburgh. Seahawks, Steelers, Sunday. Kickoff at 10 a.m.
Since the beginning, KIRO is where Seattle and the Pacific Northwest have heard the Seahawks play. Here's to the next 50 years.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Imagine homes so well designed and so luxurious, they'll be setting the standard for decades. You're imagining a Mainview home. Now imagine a Mainview home on sale, saving $50,000 to $120,000.
Isn't that what Brett and Amy bought?
Yeah, it's a Mainview, and they saved a bundle.
What are you doing?
Looking at the Mainview website. It's now or never.
What's better than a Mainview home? A Mainview home on sale. Mainview communities across the Puget Sound.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's G. Scott. School's back and it's rally time. Time to rally around the campaign to keep kids healthy. Kids need fruits and veggies to grow strong and stay focused, but for families on tight budgets, that's not easy. Safeway and the Washington State Department of Health have teamed up and need your help. Every dollar you donate at Safeway checkout helps families in need. And with SNAP Produce Match, they get twice as much for the dollar. Next time you're at Safeway, please donate to keep kids healthy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
We've got a style of play no one wants to go up against. Big hits that turn the tides in our favor. Noise that shakes opponents to their core.
That was 112 decibels in that last tackle.
Disruption is in our DNA.
It's intercepted! Seahawks ball! Interception made by Love!
Celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football.
Break back, throws it! Touchdown! Touchdown Seahawks!
Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for you too. Stubborn fat is really hard to get rid of, and then there's all those gimmicky lasers, fat freezing methods, and prescriptions. Imagine a simple solution that takes just one day and provides immediate noticeable results. Introducing ProSculpt. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target those problem areas: waistline, neck, face, arms, thighs. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat and tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. ProSculpt is one and done. Schedule your free consultation at ProSculpt.com for $250 off. For powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening that works for ladies and you men, it's ProSculpt.com.
The absolute best savings on a hot tub aren't at the fair. They're at Olympic Hot Tub. Get a truly untoppable deal. Purchase a saltwater hot spring spa and get a Lux Smart Top hardcover free. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. A 22-year-old suspect is now in custody in the killing of Charlie Kirk. Authorities accuse Tyler Robinson of acting alone. CBS's Anna Schechter.
His father called a youth pastor who had a relationship with the U.S. Marshals. They were able to contain him, hold him in one place. They called the FBI, and overnight, authorities took him into custody.
Authorities say he talked to family members about his opposition to Kirk's conservative views. FBI Director Kash Patel.
The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory.
I'm Stacey Lynn. In Pennsylvania, a vigil was held by the Pitt College Republicans.
This is a turning point in our nation. We need to come to God. We need to pray for the soul of our nation.
At the University of Kentucky,
regardless of what your views are or whoever, I feel like this is just a time of mourning.
Kirk was scheduled to be a guest speaker this week at a conference at Charis Bible College in Colorado. They still held the event without him.
The suspect in Kirk's killing is set to be formally charged on Tuesday. A rally is planned this afternoon at Wright Park in Tacoma, protesting Mary Bridge Children's Hospital's decision to end gender-affirming care for pediatric patients. Organizers say the move violates Washington law. Hospital leaders say they're under pressure from the Trump administration, fearing they will lose funding if they continue that care. Today's rally starts at 4 p.m. The Federal Aviation Administration has proposed more than $3 million in fines against Boeing. Here's KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery.
This is related to the incident in January 2024, where a door plug blew off on Alaska Airlines 737 MAX mid-flight. The FAA says investigators identified hundreds of quality system violations at Boeing's factory here in Renton and with a major subcontractor. Investigators also say Boeing employees pressured other workers involved in safety and oversight programs to sign off on a 737 MAX so the company could meet its delivery schedule, even though it was determined the plane didn't meet standards. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Coming up on 2:33 now, we go to Nate Connors at the Real-Time Traffic Desk.
Thanks, Aaron. This report brought to us by Global Credit Union. Everett to Marysville, we're on the map because you're starting to fill in, taking you about 15 minutes to make this trip. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both 40-minute commutes. You're looking good. Linwood to Seattle's up to a 50-minute drive. You've got one big backup in your way, and it's Northgate to I-90. This is just volume. The First Avenue South Bridge is up right now for marine traffic. Our lake bridges remain clear. Southbound 405 slows from 520 down to Northeast 44th by the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton, plan on a half hour. Federal Way, South 5, already crowded from South 320th into Tacoma. And Tacoma to Olympia has jumped to an hour and 10 minutes. You've got a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM starting at Thorn Lane. And now a pretty hefty backup between Lacey and Olympia. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Mix of clouds and sunshine today. Highs right around 70. A slightly warmer tomorrow, and then some rain on Sunday. Right now, 68 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. This last few days have all been, the news, the biggest story in the country is all surrounding the assassination, the killing of Charlie Kirk when he was on campus at the Utah Valley University in Utah. And then the subsequent manhunt for the killer.
Yeah.
And which they announced this morning that they had. Donald Trump actually went on Fox and Friends and said they are sure that they've got the guy. Oh, here's the audio. My bad. Here we go.
I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody. Right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job.
The local authorities there revealed that he was turned in. The suspect was turned in by his family. The dad actually brought him in, I believe, Thursday night around 10 p.m. I believe also working with the youth pastor to presumably connected to this kid at some point in the past. He confessed this to his parents, they say, and then they said, you got to turn yourself in. The kid initially said he would rather kill himself than turn himself in, but thankfully they were able to convince him otherwise and, make the couple 100-mile trip to turn him in to police, which would have been an impossible thing as a parent to do. And we were talking a little bit about this earlier. Impossible feeling, but clearly the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And this dad, we're not naming that, but I know that you've heard it in news breaks and things like that.
His name's out there everywhere, but there's no point.
I don't know. I'm choosing not to because I don't want to give any credit and encourage anybody else. But his parents deserve a ton of credit for taking an impossible situation and still doing the right thing, even though it was hard.
Yeah, amen.
And you look at this family, it'd be really easy if we looked at this family and we saw that they were divorced and that there was abuse allegations and that they lived in,
any city in America, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, whatever.
Situations.
Yeah. Poverty.
And it's it couldn't be further from the truth. By all means, it looks like a very loving family. You have a father who's a law enforcement veteran of 27 years. You have It looks like the parents have been non-divorced, married for a long time. Siblings who all look very happy. And you have to ask yourself, like, where did it happen that this kid was radicalized?
Mm-hmm.
Is it social media? Most definitely. There has to be something happening on social media.
Yeah.
Who is he running into on whatever university campus? Who's he talking to? They're gonna be digging into all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And you see these. I saw this video. It was heartbreaking. I'm heartbroken for this family. Their 22-year-old son. His life is over.
Yeah, well,
it's over. He took another life.
Yeah,
it's over. And just like a short time ago, there's a video that his mom posted on her social media account of him reading his acceptance letter to the university. Is it Utah State University he went? Is that where he went?
It was
Utah State University for
Utah
one
State.
semester.
Okay.
He had a full ride scholarship there because he was a smart kid.
Yeah.
He had the entire bright future that everybody dreams of. He has a strong launching pad with a great family,
Mm-hmm.
and still he ends up doing this. And you have to ask yourself, how is it possible that somebody who comes from that background could get caught up into this and whose brain could be warped and twisted into somebody who would do this? And it reminded me of this story from the 1960s that people will know these names, although they may not know the story. You might know this story already, Spike, because you...
I was around back in the 60s.
Well, not only were you around, but the names are so famous
Okay.
that you just can't help but be aware of them. All right, I'm going to play you some audio here. Do you remember Doris Day? Do you know where I'm going with this story?
Of course, I know Doris Day.
You know Doris Day. Here you go.
When I was just a little girl.
I know her from, obviously she was in a ton of movies back in the day, but I remember her mostly from The Man Who Knew Too Much. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah,
The
sure.
Hitchcock movie?
Sure.
They're looking for their lost son
Yeah.
in the movie,
Yeah.
and this song plays a pivotal part. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you should see the movie. It's a great movie.
Well, no, 60-some years is enough of a spoiler window.
Well, I don't have time to explain the
no,
plot.
I hear you.
It's a very good movie,
Okay.
but you should see the movie.
Yeah.
But Doris Day had a son whose name was Terry Melcher. Terry Melcher. And he was a record producer in the 1960s.
Okay.
And Terry Melcher was dear friends with Mike Love. And Terry Melcher was very successful. He produced like the Byrds' first two albums. You remember the Byrds?
Sure.
Like pretty iconic songs. So
Sure,
he had
yeah.
an eye for talent. So back in the day, Mike Love, Beach Boys fame,
Mm-hmm.
he was running around with some folks and was introduced to a young guy who had aspirations of being a famous musician, but didn't have a ton of talent. But he did have a certain charm and charisma about him.
Yeah, yeah.
Charlie Manson.
I know. I know where you're going.
Do you know the story?
Yeah.
Okay, this is an amazing story. And I'm using it as an illustration for parents to be forceful with their kids, even if it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that there's anything that they might be mixed up in, have conversations with them. And if you need to, get them out of town. Because how many opportunities did those parents in Utah maybe have with their 22-year-old son who's now been arrested for a political assassination, where they said, you know what, we don't like his friends he's running around with, but you know what, it's just a campus thing, whatever, maybe it's nothing.
Right.
Until somebody implants a bad idea into his head, or he gets an idea to do something horrible, and then that seed grows and he ends up doing something that he will obviously regret for the rest of his life, even if it's a very short time. Back to Doris Day. Doris Day is told by her son, Terry Melcher, that there's been this guy sniffing around who really wants a record deal, but he's no good.
Mm-hmm.
So he has said, I'm not going to produce your record. Charlie Manson. Charlie Manson's very upset by this. And so Charlie Manson finds out where Terry Melcher lives, and he lives at the address at the time. It was 10050 Cielo Drive. So Doris Day says, you got to get out of there. This guy sounds like a psychopath.
Yeah.
She convinces Terry Melcher, who's also dating Candace Bergen at the time, she convinces him to move out of the house because she's worried that Charles Manson now knows where he lives. And she's worried about, based on the descriptions of this guy, again, this is before the Tate murders, that he might do something rash. And so she convinces him to leave the house. He leaves the house, and a new couple moves in, Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
Charles Manson then sends his crazy people up to that house, and they commit horrific murders. Did they think that Terry Melcher was living there at the time? Or did they just decide, you know what, obviously whoever's living in the house?
Yeah.
So she could have saved her son. She likely saved.
I believe that.
She saved his life because she got involved and she said, "Listen, you're mixed up with some bad people. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there." Mike Love detailed all this in his book. He has a book put out in 2016 that he wrote about his life, and he details the whole story. But for parents out there listening, it might be awkward, but you just never know who's influencing your kids. And 22 is still very young. You still might be convinced to do something ridiculous, even if you think your kid is strong.
And as you said, here's a kid who's got everything. He's living in a comfortable home with a stable family who love him. He's got a
full ride scholarship.
Right. He's on his way. But he's still talking to people. And you never know what the motivation is for it. And clearly, the point where you think that assassination is the proper solution to what you see as a threat, I'm sure he felt Charlie Kirk was a threat to democracy or whatever it may be.
I mean, go read what he wrote on the bullet casings.
Yeah.
You get a sense of where he was spending his time and who he was talking with. And it's a horrible outcome.
So
horrible situation.
For parents out there, be involved, be aware.
Talk to your kids.
Have the conversation.
Yeah, get them out of town if you need to. All right. We have a lot more coming up. We got your text messages. A lot of reaction to a lot of stuff we chatted about. So stay tuned for those. We'll be right back.
Looking for even more Seahawks content? Then you gotta check out The Reset. Hey, it's G. Scott, and every week, me and my co-host and Seahawks great Brandon Meebane talk Seahawks. We break down the matchups, and we're joined by former Seahawks players.
From Lakewood to Lombardi, Seahawks champion, my main man, Jermaine Kearse.
What up, G? Watch The Reset live on YouTube or subscribe on the Seattle Sports app.
Folks, everybody knows that the rainy season is inevitable. It's on its way. It's time to protect your home now with the help from the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and restoration, their skilled teams deliver exceptional craftsmanship. I can tell you firsthand. Whether it's a simple roof repair or a full renovation, Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction just speaks for itself. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today by calling 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF, or visit integrityrc.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE. Go to k2visionrle.com and schedule a free Zoom consultation today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Permanently.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Cars for Kids, your trusted charity for car donations, also accepts donations of boats, RVs, motorcycles, and real estate. Call today, 877-CARS4KIDS.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of text messages. Why don't we jump right in? Lauren, go for it.
On talking about Charlie Kirk today, Ben from Mercer Island says, love you guys, praying for you all having to report this. I appreciate how you conduct yourselves on the air.
That's nice, Ben.
Bite me,
nice.
Ben, my friend.
What'd you say?
Bite me.
Bite you?
Nah, I'm just kidding. But no, Ben, I love this guy.
That's
He's been with us for a long time.
That's very sweet.
And Darren in Tacoma says, I really do love you, Jake and Spike. Thank you for sharing your thoughts today. Well, thank you.
That's nice.
Daniel and Tacoma.
I'm sorry, Daniel. What did I say, Jake?
You said Darren, I
Dave, Darren, Daniel. I love you all. You're all my children. You're all
we
my
don't
friends.
Read great here.
No.
Most of these Laura prints up as
don't.
pictures, and we just decipher them.
I need to make the font bigger.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, it's not the eyes. It's the brain. The eyes are sharp.
On these social media posts we were reading earlier from local teachers and a principal we highlighted, who was posting some stuff about Charlie Kirk's death that I think people would find surprising. 253 says, in Washington, cops can be decertified for their private social media posts. The thought is that the post could demonstrate bias, etc. I think the same should apply to teachers. How do kids feel safe if teachers are posting hate? I think it's a great question. I think parents have a right to know if somebody is willing to have such express such bad judgment publicly, then when they're behind closed doors teaching your kids, that raises a lot of questions for me.
Yeah, here.
And so people need to be aware of that, which is why we can also highlight it here. Does it mean that they get fired? I don't know. Does it mean that maybe they have a teachable moment like you suggested, Spike? That might be a good way forward. Laura?
On soaring light rail costs, 206 says, West Seattle resident, I've been paying longer and more since 1993.
Jen said we spent 2.5 years in West Seattle almost completely cut off. That was when the bridge was.
What does she mean by that?
When the bridge was down.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I mean, that was tough getting out of West Seattle.
But does that mean that they can't get around on buses now. I mean, the bridge is not down anymore.
Bridge isn't down anymore. No, I get it.
So,
Bridge isn't down.
To spend $8 billion on something they originally said was going to cost $1.5 billion.
7.6, Jake.
Is it 7.6? It was. Oh no! With this new $800 million, isn't it over that now? Or I don't know.
It's a lot.
Let's call it 8.
I'm joking. It's practically 8.
7.6 is safe.
That's the problem. These guys are so easy to move the numbers.
Jenny in Tacoma says, "I live in Tacoma. I'm not supportive of this. My property taxes went up $200 a month when the levies passed."
So she's not in support of the light rail going down there.
She's not in support of losing her access to it if they promised it to her. She's been paying it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I want to make sure I understood her. I don't blame you.
And 206 says, why is no one calling for an audit on the expenses for the light rail? We sure miss Dory.
We do miss Dory.
We can do that.
Yeah, we can
do that.
We're highlighting these stupid spending decisions all the time. This is something we're going to keep putting out there.
Pellin Lake Stevens says, unions get the work, politicians get the money from the unions. Old as time, my friend.
Yeah, that's true. Is anyone using light rail? Jamestown. Is his name Jamestown, or is he calling? His name is Jamestown. Okay. Honestly, whenever I have to board the train, heading to work or leaving work, weekends and evening and event days, it's pretty full. So much so that I get a bit annoyed at how packed it is. I wish they actually had another track going at the same time in the same direction. James, I will take your word for it, because every time that I drive by, and given I drive by a little later than busy traffic times, I'm driving by at about 9:15 when I drive past the Linwood to downtown corridor run.
Yeah.
It's generally pretty empty, but maybe everybody's already used it by then.
Sue on the Cedar River says more trains and more cars on trains, and make it free and have shuttles to stations from neighborhoods.
Interesting. I'm going to read Devin Bothell because I want to highlight anybody who agrees with me. Jake is right. Light rail cars are empty everywhere, and there is massive road construction on surface streets and freeways. There is total gridlock in King County. It's insane, and I can't imagine working full-time and having to put up with this. Thank you, Deb.
425 real quick says, I would love to know the reason why the Linwood Light Rail parking lot is always packed. Always. If no one's taking the train, why can't I find a parking spot?
I didn't say no one's taking the train.
No.
What I said was the train, even at full capacity, is moving such a tiny percentage of the population.
Yeah, agreed.
It does not make sense to spend this amount of money when even if they ran at a full capacity 100% of the time, you're still moving probably far less than 5%.
And the reason a lot of people don't take these trains is because, to the point of the texture there, the parking lots are always full.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
Yeah.
Every stop,
you can't
every
get a parking
station,
spot.
you can't get a parking spot
so
on the parking
rides.
rides.
So then you begrudgingly drive on I-5.
Yes.
You're just stuck in traffic. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Spike.
On the Mariners hot streak and Etsy Witch Magic, Jerry in the 206 says, go Mariners. Best ride in Seattle sports, win or lose.
And Kyle in Bellingham says 108 beads on a Catholic rosary, 108 stitches on a baseball.
I've seen Bull Durham. He's not wrong.
Nice.
Right. Church of baseball.
All right, I'm going to read one more of these. Let's see here. Should parents be able to opt their kids out of a school shooter drill? Caleb in Tacoma says, my daughter just graduated from Stadium High this past spring. I didn't even realize that they had active shooter drills until she came home and was talking to me about them. All we had was fire drills and earthquake drills. Caleb, you're totally right. Unfortunately, it's a sad reality that we do live in a time where these things now can happen. But I do think the parents should have the option.
Can I tell you real quick? When my age, we had air raid drills.
There you go.
For nuclear attacks. We had to hide under our desks.
Bring back air raid drills.
We hid under wooden desks.
All right, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
Well, you're getting ready every morning. Make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO Newsradio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO Newsradio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Are you happy with how you're feeling these days? Are you slowing down physically or mentally? Ever wonder what your life will be like 10 to 15 years from now. Most of us don't really know how we're aging or if we can even do anything about it. But here's the truth. Knowledge is power, and that's exactly where we start at Longevity Medical Clinic. We run advanced diagnostics to find out what's really going on inside your body, and then we create a personalized hormone and health optimization plan designed specifically to help you live better starting now. Our patients are often amazed by what they discover in their blood work, and even more amazed at how quickly they start to feel like themselves again. This isn't guesswork, it's science, it's personal, and it works. Take the first step today. Call 866-86-YOUNG or visit lmclinic.com to schedule your free consultation. Longevity Medical Clinic. Feel better today and every day after that.
Do you know someone whose everyday actions make Washington stronger? Someone whose care, service, and connection lift us all. They're Washington's community champions, and WSECU wants to celebrate them this fall. Steve Rabel here. WSECU has been serving Washington since 1957, and they're the only credit union named Forbes' Best Credit Union 5 years running. Now it's your turn to get in the game. Nominate your Washington Community Champion today at mynorthwest.com/champion.
Paid for by Hims and Hers Health. Plans not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are FDA approved and are the registered trademarks of Novo Nordisk AS, which is not affiliated with Hims and Hers.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded GLP-1 injections, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Hers brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments that put your goals first. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.